held a giant body of fresh water known as Lake Otero, surrounded by vegetation. Ancient mammoths, ground sloths, and camels came to this watering hole to feast on the grasses and trees. And as we now know, humans followed them. Establishing the age of the footprints was a complex scientific problem. David and a team of experts spent more than a decade building the evidence. But when, in 2021, they published their findings in the journal Science, not all reactions were favorable.
I think with anything that's so unique and unusual, it takes a lot of science to be able to support it.
The carbon dating of the seeds was challenged, but the team confirmed their results using other samples of pollen and sediment, quieting their critics.
Is there still controversy around the 23,000-year-old dates?
I think until you have a time machine, there always will be. But beyond all these dates also, if you look, you still see a mammoth footprint a meter and a half above human footprints, and there's more mammoth prints below. So megafauna and people have been on this horizon for thousands of years together.
The White Sands discovery helps to solve one of the most perplexing mysteries of prehistory: the sudden extinction of America's Ice Age megafauna between 13,000 and 11,000 years ago.
The suggestion of archaeology was that human beings hunted down all the megafauna and butchered them. I don't know of any hunter-gatherer group that would willingly exterminate its food supply. So the notion that humans were responsible for the extinction of the megafauna has always seemed to me quite bizarre.
The tracks here prove that humans and those animals overlapped for at least 10,000 years before their extinction.
I think a much better explanation for the extinction of the Ice Age megafauna is the global cataclysm that took place around about 12,800, 12,900 years ago, known as the Younger Dryas. There was a sudden plunge in global temperatures, a sudden rise in sea levels, and the world very rapidly became an extremely difficult place to live. It's a time we call the Ancient Apocalypse. North America was hardest hit, which could explain both the extinction of its megafauna and also the big gaps in human history here. We are going to have to completely change the story of the people of the Americas in the light of this new evidence. Archaeologists are opening their eyes and their minds to the possibility of a much older human presence.
We'll just touch at the tip of the surface of what's to be learned. I think throughout the Southwest, as people look, they're going to find the sites that are just as old as White Sands.
So it's like you've opened a door on the past which nobody stepped through before.
Yeah.
Paradigm shifts don't happen instantly. It's the accumulation of evidence that finally discredits an old paradigm and allows eyes to open to new possibilities. That's what we're witnessing in the Americas now.
What's been discovered here at White Sands is part of a much bigger story, a global story, that I've been investigating for more than 30 years. If we want to clear the fog of amnesia that surrounds our remote past, we need to look much deeper and much further back than we've ever done before. Right here in the Americas, where the timeline of prehistory keeps on receding with every new discovery.
New discoveries that are not just being followed by archaeologists. So, yeah,
Graham?
let's talk about the past.
Okay.
Why does the past matter to you?
Well, I remember as a young child just being inquisitive. As I have grown up, it comes to the